Okay, so on your personal page, you're going to post this 5 words, which are Brussels sprouts, yes or no.
Okay, both of us are posting it separately?
Yep, you're both going to, and then it'll be funny because people who know you will know that you're both with me because it's what I make people do. So it's okay. So post Brussels sprouts, yes or no. And I'm telling you.
Do I put punctuation in there?
A question mark. Or you can do a comma if you want, whatever. Colon, Brussels sprouts, colon, yes or no, however you want to do it. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, and just post it.
Done.
And what's going to happen is your Facebook account is going to blow up of human beings commenting because people either love them or they absolutely hate them. And so what you do from there is that kickstarts the algorithm on your personal page. From there, you can go start connecting with people, having actual human conversations. Then let's say after you've had these human conversations, you post something about how your newest podcast is up and you're going to share it. Would you like access to it? The people that you've then been building the relationships with will be more likely to see your business stuff.
Boom, 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 boom.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Hustle and Flowchart podcast with your boys, Mount Wolf and Joe Fear. Check it.
Hi there.
Hey, we're doing this. This is happening.
We are doing this. We are committed. You hit the red button.
Yep, you're
Can't
here
go back now.
with your boy.
Oh, your boy.
Your boy. Right? We were just talking about your boy.
I know. It's just funny because, I was talking to Steve. He's one of our new podcast clients. Shout out, Steve. He was saying how he walks around his house saying, your boy. And his wife's like, what are you saying?
And I like how we say it with your boy, Matt and Joe. Like, it's singular.
One boy. Yeah,
there's one
weird.
boy. So which one is it, Matt or Joe?
I've wondered that, but we're not going to fix it.
No, we're not. We're way too lazy to go re-record another intro.
It was in the moment, and that's how we roll. So it's fine. But it seems to be making an impact. So I'm happy. So
although
cool.
One of our reviews, it's actually a 5-star review, but the review says, "I love your episodes. I hate your intro." That was the whole. But
it was 5-star.
But it was a 5-star review.
That's very
so they
nice
must
of
not
them.
hate it enough to like throw the rest of the show out.
Well, we're doing all right, so we're not going to change the intro. Sorry. Thanks for the 5-star though. I appreciate that. You could have gotten a lot worse. All right, so today we're not going to talk about your boy. We're going to talk about Molly, actually. Molly Mahoney.
A girl. It's hard to say. Your girl. Like it
You have a very not high voice.
I know, but I can make it high when I say your boy.
Yeah,
but it's hard to say with girl. I don't know. Like it just sounds like I'm trying to imitate Mickey Mouse or something.
Your girl, Molly.
Yeah,
that kind of works. Still scratchy. All right. So
today we're talking to Molly Mahoney, who is legendary.
Legend. Wait for it. All right. So dairy. We said that at the same time. Damn. Great minds.
No, she's legendary for her Facebook marketing, like doing Facebook Lives and getting organic reach on Facebook. We probably could have talked a little bit about Facebook ads with her, and I think we touched on it for a second.
Barely.
But where we felt the most value was going to come is let's figure out how to get organic reach on Facebook again, because it's been dwindling for everybody.
My God, Molly is the best at organic reach, and then also not only getting attention organically on Facebook, but actually like running a $2,000 plus like coaching program, high ticket thingamajigger, all done on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Like everything's on Facebook. And she's
so prolific on Facebook. She got a pretty cool deal with BeLive.tv.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. They sponsor her and she's part of their team too.
Yeah.
She's a baller. She's badass. And she's our kind of people too. You could tell from the second. I felt like we were just like,
yeah.
So
if we didn't have other things to do today, this probably would have been like a 3-hour episode.
I hope you have coffee in your system. And make sure you get the notes actually of this episode, because we talk fast, or at least she talks fast.
We cover a lot.
We cover a lot, and she said that, oh my God, I don't think I've ever covered my whole Facebook process so quickly.
Yeah. So let me break this down. So we talked about how to grow Facebook groups, so you can get more action in the Facebook groups. We talked about how to get interaction on Facebook pages, because everybody seems to think that Facebook pages can't get organic reach anymore.
She gave a 4-step process for that, or 3-step.
She proved us wrong. We talked about the value of your Facebook personal profile and what you can and can't do. And as it turns out, we're doing shit on our personal profiles we're not supposed to be doing.
All the time. She talked about the social triangle.
The social triangle. She talked about
Crucial.
Facebook Live strategies. She actually gave a process to follow when you do Facebook Lives to get more engagement from your Facebook Lives.
She broke down exactly how she launched her camera confidence course, using lives, Facebook groups, her pricing, and all of that stuff. It's crazy. And she actually audited our our Facebook fan page in real time, called us out on a lot of shit.
The results aren't pretty.
And the results are not pretty, but we have a roadmap now, and you'll hear this roadmap, and you'll be able to swipe this roadmap for yourself as well. So that will be changing, and this is just a prime lesson of us being way too close to our own brand, and not getting outside perspective from an expert like her. And
we also talked about Facebook Messenger bots.
We did.
We talked about what strategies used to work and what you can't do anymore, but what is working now, and how to actually get engagement off of Messenger bots using tools like Manychat.
And she has a whole roadmap now. She's sharing with us that basically it's like an updated version of basically that, like growing this Messenger bot list using content and stuff.
That's actually how we initially came across. We'll get into the story when we actually get into the episode, but just listing out all of the ground we covered just now. Oh, is there more ground we covered?
Matt. Don't cut me off, bro.
I mean, it's blowing my mind right now.
She has an acronym. Basically, it's a way to line out like 20 things about yourself that will make content creation and basically you way more confident creating content, be it written, audio, video, whatever. And it's super simple to follow what she laid out. Other people have explained this on the podcast, I feel. I'm not going to say names. I feel like Molly's is way easier. And it's an acronym you can remember. I'm not going to say it now because actually I'll say it. It's called SAVE. Not spelt that way. So,
but we won't have to say what it means. You gotta.
I'm not going to say a word.
Hear what it means.
Yeah. But the simple acronym, and just trying to. Oh, and she also said to. She had us post on our Facebook pages
in real time.
In real time, you should go back. The date today is January 23rd. So go look us both. Matt and I posted the same exact thing. I had a green background on mine, but go look me up. I'm just Joe Fear. Check it out.
I'm Matt R. Wolf. There's an R in there.
There's an R. Okay. So find us, look at January 23rd and comment.
There you go. That'll be interesting to see how many of you actually go find our posts on January 23rd and comment. How committed are you? Probably not that committed.
Well, maybe there's something in there for you.
Maybe there's something in there for you, but also maybe there's not.
Well, I don't know what that thing would be, but we can do some surprises.
My money is on we forgot that we even said this by the time this episode's live.
Well, this is the job of folks that comment. Maybe just send us a PM and remind us. And then we'll probably surprise you with something if you actually reach out and remind us. So,
and then Molly's also rounding up some cool resources and additional stuff that we talked about on this call. And she made a special link where you can go snag that stuff over at molly.live/flow.
Bam. You said that very enthusiastic.
/flow.
Molly.live/flow.
Good domain name too. So easy to remember.
That's what I told her. Yeah.
And notes.
Yeah. Let's. So you're gonna need the notes. Like we were saying, you got to be like hyped up on coffee or cocaine. I don't know. Don't do that. But to keep up with like the amount of stuff packed in this
hour. There are children
hour,
listening.
I don't do it, kids, or anyone. I'm just saying, like, your brain might swell after this episode, but in a good way. So you need the notes. Just save your brain power a little bit.
Yeah, just kind of be present with the message and just listen.
Because
we're taking notes for you.
Be zen and know that you're not going to miss a thing.
Yeah, the notes, you can grab them by texting the word comp to 38470.
That is, the phone number is 38470. Text the word
comp. COMP.
Yeah, COMP 38470 is the number. Or if you're old school and like to use your typing fingers.
Your typing fingers.
The typers. Tick, tick, tick. Go to hustleandflowchart.com/comp, COMP. Be quick. Within the 2 weeks of this episode going live, you can get these notes for free. But after that, you cannot. They are locked in our Epic Vault, which is not an expensive vault to open. It's only $15 a month. So, but you'll have the opportunity to upgrade to that vault after you opt in.
Yes. So go to 38470 comp or hustleandflowchart.com/comp. Both of them will get you the notes.
Bam. You will like it. I guarantee it. Or else you can PM both of us on Facebook. You know how to get to us now. And you can say, what a ripoff for $15. That was such horseshit. No, it's not. You'll love it.
Alrighty. Let's go talk to our friend Molly Mahoney.
Molly, welcome. How you doing?
Oh, so good. I cannot wait.
Yeah. Starting out the day, podcasting, you're always doing this kind of stuff anyway. Recording videos. I mean, you're everywhere with content and you're doing it right.
Yeah, I mean, I started videos at 6 a.m., you fools.
You're way ahead of us. Nah, we were doing stuff too.
Not at 6 a.m. I wasn't. I was sleeping.
That's true.
I do actually have a new routine of getting up at 5:30-ish and then heading outside. I have a balcony outside my office, which is in my house. And I sit out there in a very slick Eichler kind of mid-century modern rocking chair with my coffee and watch the sunrise. That's my new thing that I'm trying to do every single morning. So that's actually how I sit.
Are you sticking to it so far?
I've been, actually. And one thing, we can jump right into how this is like content related because I do my best to get a photo or go live with the sunset every morning or sunrise every morning. So it's like I am using my community to hold me accountable to my health goals.
Cool. That's so smart.
That's actually way better than what I've been doing. I've been doing more workouts in the morning. Not that early, but I'll wake up around 6-ish. And what I've been doing is just a screenshot of my completed workouts when I'm done. And I didn't explain anything, but it's just an accountability thing. And people are just like, yeah, cool. What app is this? I'm like, that's not the point.
I'm just going to wake up and start.
I just got a watch that tracks it. And I've been using that as like in my Instagram stories when trying to share photos of how much water I've drank.
Smart.
And had to drink, consumed, whatever the word is. But yeah.
Nice. I'm just going to start waking up every morning and just taking a screenshot of an app and be like, just finished my workout.
Sleeping?
Yeah. We're like, just ran 4 miles and deadlifted 300 pounds.
Totally sounds like you, Matt. That's you.
No, my exercise is just walking the dog. That's legitimately my exercise.
Yours is going to be like, this is how well I slept last night. And I didn't wake up when like your sleep number bed tracking you or something.
Oh, yeah. No, that doesn't happen. If you know me, I'm awake like every 3 hours throughout the night. But
all right.
Anyway, we're getting way off topic. Okay.
So Molly, we don't go way back, but it was New Media Summit is where we crossed paths in the mastermind. And immediately,
and I feel like we have past life connections because we speak similar languages that not everyone else speaks. So I was just really stoked to connect with you.
Well, it seems like we kind of came up in this industry influenced by a lot of the same people. I'm seeing you having conversations with Kurt Molly and Rhett Scheffrin and, a whole bunch of mutual friends. And it's interesting that we hadn't crossed paths earlier.
I know, at all, which is crazy. Kurt is like my brother, Molly and Molly. Is
That's right. Well, actually, the way that we crossed paths originally, I think I told this to you at the mastermind, was we read your blog post about using, what was it, a Facebook post to a messenger bot and basically making something go viral.
Right.
I totally
our
forgot.
map to millions is what we call it.
Yeah, we did that.
And we did it. And
it worked.
It worked really, really well.
So thank you.
So it's really how to drive traffic to a Facebook Live when you can't do an ad for a pre-scheduled Facebook Live. So we have a sneaky workaround using bots. And you know what? Just last night, I updated a whole new version of it that I'm about to release, and it's going to blow your mind. So we can talk about it today if you want, or I'll send it to you and you can share it.
I don't know how we could not talk about it today now.
Yeah, and 100% we want to share it. We'll put it in the show notes when it's live.
Yeah.
But let's actually go back and actually talk about your story first. Let's let our audience get to know you a little bit. How did you sort of get into the world of online marketing and what you're doing now? What were you doing before this, and sort of how did you transition into what you're doing now?
Yes, I was actually a musical theater performer professionally. So I, did lots of stuff in New York, toured with the musical Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and the Flying Car, which was awesome.
That is cool. Where was the coolest place you performed?
My favorite from the whole tour was definitely Raleigh, North Carolina. I just there's giant trees and a really cool downtown with awesome, distressed walls inside coffee shops.
Wow. Holla to North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina. That's definitely my favorite on the whole trip. But we were in Toronto for 2 weeks, which was awesome, and snowy. And I mean, we were all over. It was awesome.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
So you did performing.
Yeah, I did that. And then after, we got engaged while on tour. My husband's a bass player, and we got engaged on tour and in Chicago, and decided we wanted to have kids and didn't want to do that in our 400 square foot apartment in New York City, even though I love New York. So we moved back home and I started actually the business that I have now, which is the Prepared Performer. And I was at that point preparing performers to perform and teaching them how to have a career using their creative talents, because we get a college degree and learn how to sing really high, but don't learn anything about running a business.
That's true.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I made that my mission to help them. And I launched a program called Prepared Performer Profits, which was the cure for the starving artist syndrome. And it failed miserably.
Oh, no. Why did it fail?
Or it failed gloriously. We had 15 people in the pilot, and so many people launched full-on businesses using this program.
Wow.
And then when I raised the price to $497 and really went all out, it just did not work. And I was working with Todd Brown at the time in like a copywriting coaching thing with him, and he kept saying like, I don't know if calling them starving artists is a good idea. And I was like, no, I'm committed to this. It's my mission. And I realized that when you call someone starving, they don't pay you.
Yeah. That's probably not the best title they want to live by.
Well, so I switched everything. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's so wait, prior to the $495 though, was it just a lot cheaper, to get
it was $197. And actually this is something that I was saying I wanted to talk about. So the big thing was it was $197 and I was doing a lot of individual outreach. So like anyone who liked a Facebook post, like if I did an ad, anyone who liked it, I would message them privately and build relationships. And when I launched the full-blown program, I tried to scale it by just throwing money at it and really lost that individual outreach.
Yeah. That's huge. Yeah. And yeah, we'll dog ear that, but that's a huge topic that we do too.
Yeah. Right. So then from there, like I really sourced like 40 other ideas that I could go in different directions. I almost launched a confidence program for cities because I was working with the city of La Habra, helping their recreation staff. Like I had all of these different ideas. Wow. But the one opportunity that stood out the most was Facebook Live. So Facebook Live had just come out and I had some pretty great traction with it and, did a series. And it was a 6-week series. On the 7th week, it was over. And I had all these people messaging me like, where are your videos? Why aren't you live? And I was like, oh, maybe there's something to this.
Yeah. It's a good thing when people are calling you out. You're like, yo, I need more of that.
Yeah, totally. So I ended up launching the program that we have now, which is Camera Confidence. And it was, instead of teaching performers how to have a business, we started teaching business owners how to perform. So using all of the digital marketing stuff that I had used to build my vocal coaching business, but then switched it over and incorporated all of the performance coaching for business owners. And we launched it at $47 because all I had was a Facebook group. I had nothing created, just a Facebook group that was empty. I went live every day for 30 days inside that Facebook group, teaching that first batch of $47 payers. And within 3 months, we did $50,000 in sales.
Damn. Wow. Wait, so that was Facebook Lives to a Facebook group and $50 a head. That's crazy.
The first, so it was $50. It was $47 the first time. Then it went really well. People had awesome results. So I raised it to $97 and I did it again live for the next month. Then I raised it again to $197 and started doing it again live for the third month. And then I was like, why am I doing this? So that's when I started repurposing it. And now the program includes some of those original videos because I pulled like the best things. My hair looks really crazy in many of them. But, some of those original videos. And then also we've added so much. So we now have weekly coaching as a part of it. We have, we have Facebook ads bonuses. Messenger bots came about, like a whole nother thing. So we added in a whole Messenger Automation Academy that sometimes we offer as a bonus in there. And it's about $2,000 now.
Wow.
And it's awesome.
So cool. I love how that progression happened there and how simple it is too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's still hosted in a Facebook group. So I have everything downloaded because we don't own Facebook, but it's organized beautifully. Like I said, we have about 650 people. It's awesome. So
I was actually going to make a reference. I'm like, I know you're meeting up with Rich Sheffer tomorrow. And he will tell you to download all your data from Facebook because you can't trust him.
Oh, yeah. So I think actually by the fact that I was having Rich come to my house, to do this video together, my Facebook my ad account got shut down on Sunday, which was real fun. But I got it back up by Monday because I was not actually doing anything wrong and I fixed it. But I was definitely bummed, but also super grateful that I've ensured that I have organic reach in place and I've moved most of my people into, I have email lists and phone number lists and stuff like that.
Smart.
So if anything ever did happen, I'd be okay.
Yeah. No, we actually had a buddy who was giving a live presentation in front of an audience once and logged into his Facebook account live in front of the audience and found out in that moment in front of an audience of people that his Facebook ads account had been shut down as he was giving a talk on Facebook ads to a live audience.
I totally forgot about that. And that was so...
That is crazy.
That hurt.
That was painful.
I don't think he ever got it back either.
Well, and I was talking to both our good friend Kurt Molly about it, and also Danny Eni about the fact that I was afraid to tell anybody because I didn't want them to be afraid of using Facebook ads because there is the chance that things could be taken away,
Yeah.
But I decided that was literally less than a week ago, and I've already done a video about it. So
yeah.
definitely transparent. But I got it back. So.
Yeah, when ours got shut down, we actually I think made some training about how we got it back, and actually I think because of the videos we made, 4 or 5 people that had their account shut down like a year earlier all said they managed to get their accounts back online. So,
that's true.
Awesome.
Facebook is not as scary as it sounds when people are talking about getting their account shut down. The ones that keep their account shut down are the ones that are like, they're doing this stuff that's obviously against the terms of service.
Totally. So yeah, I mean, we could talk about that for an hour, which we probably won't, but yes, you're right.
Actually, what I wanted to ask you about is Facebook groups specifically. I want to kind of start there. What advice do you have for people who are thinking about starting up a group because they want to, maybe kind of use it as almost like a second list or maybe even a first list, but, to start building an audience there? What sort of advice do you give them? Yeah.
So one of the biggest things that we've implemented and also been sharing with our GLAM members and, our clients, it's use your Facebook group as a lead magnet. Mm-hmm. People are always wondering how to fill their Facebook group. And this is more about how to fill it, right? There's all kinds of tips I can give you about how to actually nurture and, build a community of people who are like-minded and, out there as your biggest cheerleaders. But one of the best ways to fill it is to let people know, like we do show, like you guys do the notes from the podcast, the notes from our Facebook Lives, we actually hold them inside the Facebook group. So if anybody wants to get the notes, they have to join our Facebook group in order to get access to them.
Smart.
So, a lot of people, one of the biggest questions I get is, should I do my weekly Facebook Lives inside the Facebook group or on my business page or on my personal page? And this is one of the only absolutes that I have, is that you want to do that weekly content on your business page. And then because people want to do their weekly videos inside the group, but then there's no way for people to share it. There's no way to get people in there.
Right.
So unless you're using like the strategy that you guys were talking about earlier, where you're getting people to opt in, unless you have a big promo outside the group to drive the traffic to the group to get that video, you really want to be doing the videos outside. And on those videos, your free gift can be held inside the Facebook group.
Gotcha. So would you just kind of do that with like almost any lead magnet instead of here, opt in, and then an email goes out saying here's access to the lead magnet? You're basically having them opt in for pretty much any lead magnet, but the lead magnet is delivered by joining the group?
Yes, we haven't done it on all of ours, but a lot of them we have, or even at least on the thank you email that's sent, it's like, if you want extra support on getting your questions answered, we always have the group as like a secondary option if it's not the place that's holding the lead magnet.
Yeah. No, that makes sense, because we've always sort of struggled with Facebook Lives, because when we do them to our Facebook page, we don't seem to get much reach these days. When we do it to our Facebook group, there's more engagement in our group, but it's sort of walled off. So if you're not in the group, you're not going to see it. And if we do it to our personal profiles, we feel a little insecure about it because there's a lot of like friends and family members and people we went to high school with and all that kind of stuff in our personal. So we always sort of debate, where should we be posting this stuff?
Okay. So first of all, if you do it always on your personal profile, you can get your personal account shut down because that's against terms of service.
Oh, really?
Really? You're not supposed to be doing like business Facebook Lives to a personal profile?
Definitely not. Facebook doesn't want you to do any business on your personal profile. So the way that we work around that is that we, like, instead of selling on your personal profile, you're celebrating. So where you may do something that's like a hard call to action on your business profile, on your personal page, it's a little more, casual and like behind the scenes type content. We love to go with an 80-20 rule, that it's like, 80% personal, 20% business on your personal account. And that seems to be okay. We find that a lot of people who do, like, I don't know if I should say this, but do you know, Josh,
that means
40.
You should say it for sure.
I was going to say that.
So Josh, do you know Josh 40?
No, but I've heard the name.
Okay. So he's someone that's a friend of mine and it's awesome and puts out lots of great content. However, I heard him give the advice that your personal page should be sole business, like just keep it business. And I never said anything to him about it, but I was like, that's actually going to get you in trouble. And I just kind of kept it to myself. And then his personal account got shut down. And I was like, I wonder why.
Ooh.
He never said anything. He ended up getting it back. But I think that was a big part of why his personal account got shut down.
That is, yeah, I didn't know that. And I don't think most people know that because like literally I just posted something yesterday that was definitely very businessy. And the fact, and the reason why we do it at least is we get way more engagement. And we know a lot of our friends are also, peers and colleagues, and they know they're interested in our stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a tricky balance.
To be honest, with our Facebook page, we've almost all but abandoned it other than we use it for advertising.
So that's the reason you don't get engagement on your Facebook page because you're not giving it any love. Like you've got to, so even with
we made that decision because we weren't getting any love. It was sort of like a result of the lack of engagement, it probably also further fed the lack of engagement, but I think we kind of stopped using our fan page because we were posting stuff, maybe once a day or maybe every other day, and the engagement was just not there.
Can I give you like three ideas for driving traffic to your Facebook business?
We would love it because we are struggling in that department.
Okay, especially for people like you who have an amazing community, right?
Yeah.
You have the people, you just have to give them the path to go to your Facebook page, start training them to know that there's stuff happening on your Facebook page they can't get other places, so that they set your Facebook business page as see first. Okay. So, and then when you're following a page, everyone gets 14, they get the option to set 14 different accounts.
Notifications or something?
Yeah. So okay. So it's like not as notifications necessarily, but as what's it called? Like just in your newsfeed. So if you set someone to see first in the newsfeed, it will, they'll show up in your newsfeed. There's a little star that shows up next to their name and you'll see everything in your newsfeed. It's
essentially like favoriting a page or profile or something. Yeah.
Got it. So you're training them to do that basically.
Yeah. So there's a couple ways you can do this. One is if you create content that you're putting out at a consistent time, like we do with our Facebook Lives, like every Wednesday, I do a Facebook Live on my business page. And I'm directing traffic from email, messenger bot, text message, Facebook event. On my personal page, I do a teaser that directs traffic to that weekly video on your business page. So you're letting people know something's happening there and you're pointing them to that. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is this really amazing 4-step giveaway system that I made up.
It sounds important.
Okay. So I have this suitcase that I love and it broke. And the company, it's called the Smart Birdie. The company that it looks like a hat box. It's like a circular shaped suitcase.
Yes.
And the company that made it, when I told them that it had broke, they actually sent me a replacement. And I was super stoked. So I did an unboxing video and the handle is what had broken on it. In the unboxing Facebook Live, I open it, I pull it out and there's no handle at all.
Oh, whoa.
Like the handle was just missing. It was the weirdest, most like silent I've ever been on a video because I was so confused.
You're like, is this a new design? They didn't tell me.
So they sent me another one. It had the wrong color metal, zipper on it, whatever. So they ended up having to send me another one, but they let me keep the one with the wrong color metal for a giveaway. So I did a giveaway with this suitcase that I had already built up some interest about. So, and I was going on a trip and I decided it was like by accident that I created this, but it was so awesome. I decided that I was going to do a post. I was at like funnel hacking and another eWomen event and one other place in San Diego. And I said, I'm going to post from all of these locations. And in order to enter to win, you have to comment on all 4 of the posts that I do from these different locations. So I also, the first 5 people who commented on the post, I gave them an extra gift of some sort.
Got it. So just to kind of kick things off.
Well, and to get people to want to be the first person to comment. On each post, the first 5 people. So I said, if you really want to win, you've got to turn my page on see first. It kickstarted the engagement on our page like crazy town. We brought in messenger bot subscribers because when they commented, they also subscribed to the bot. It was like such an awesome way to build momentum and then, let them know that value was still coming on that page.
That's pretty sweet. And I was thinking as that company who probably noticed that you were making videos around them. Yes. They probably started sending you wrong shit just because you would make more videos.
Every time we send her something wrong, she makes another video. Let's keep doing it.
It's more branding.
For sure.
That's where my brain went.
That's awesome. Yeah, so that's one. And then there was one more. The other one is, so when you have, like, let's say if you send out an email to your list with like the podcast being released, instead of sending them straight to the podcast, do a post on your business page with the link to the podcast and send the traffic to that link of the post. So like if we have, an article we were mentioned in Forbes or something, I posted it on my business page, and rather than sending people straight to the Forbes article, I sent them, this is really good. Like when you're sending other people's stuff, you post it on your business page, you send people to that business page link, and then they comment, the engagement goes up on that link right there.
Got it. Okay. Wait, hold on.
You're you're kickstarting the engagement on the post by like mailing a list or something.
That's it. Yeah.
And then the organic reach goes up just because Facebook is seeing all the engagement that you sort of kickstarted. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Love it. And that's pretty much what you're doing. In step 2, or the second strategy is similar, is just getting that engagement to kind of kickstart. You're essentially trying to feed the algorithm so they can finally spread that around, because business pages are so stifled, it seems like now.
Yeah. So basically what it sounds like is if you're willing to drive traffic to Facebook, Facebook's willing to reward you for it.
Totally. So I look at it as like a social triangle. So the relationship is not just between you and your ideal client or your ideal community member. The relationship is between you, Facebook, and that person. And so you've got to make Facebook happy by keeping people on the platform longer, by getting more comments, by getting more engagement, by creating content that is maybe like a series of content. So like for a Facebook story, you don't just post 3 tips in one story. You post a title story that's like, hey, I'm going to be bringing you 3 tips on how to yada, yada. And then the next 3 posts are the 3 tips. And then the 4th one is like the call to action. So now you've kept them on the platform longer. Yeah.
Now, how does your engagement look now if you post something on your Facebook page, but you don't mail to it? It's not a contest. It's just, hey, here's a new podcast episode we just put out. If you're not sort of kickstarting that engagement today, does it still get a bit of engagement?
It does. Like I mean, you could go look at it right now and see for yourself. But I really, we have like 13,000 followers. Do I get 100 likes on every post? No. But do I get a good handful of likes and comments on every post? I do. And are those people that I can then continue to build relationships with? Yes. Do I do an email every week on Wednesday, a bot broadcast every week on Wednesday to drive to a video? Yeah. But I mean, yesterday we had, just for like a regular video, we had 50 people watching and, live. And now there's like probably over 400 comments. I think we had 20 something shares. It's like, wow. And I did not do an ad and I obviously didn't do an ad because my ads account was shut down.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, what I love about this, what I'm taking away, is that yes, you might not have hundreds live with you right then and there, but that's okay. You have 50, or maybe you have 10. But those are your most engaged people. Like, those are the ones that are going to buy your shit. They love you. They're going to take a next action if it's, synced up with what they want.
And they're going to share it. So they're going to provide social proof when you do go to a meeting with a new client who's never seen you, and they go check out your Facebook page and they see that it's a ghost town, and then they don't believe you because you have no social proof.
Yeah. So here's a selfish question. But
aren't all of our questions selfish?
A little bit. But it goes back to, anyone. So as a business page, Matt and I have, our business pages, our EGP, Evergreen Profits, but then we have a Joe Fear and a Matt Wolf as well. Do you see better as a brand or personality? Like, how would you split things up? But also just people, with a brand, should they lead with a personality rather than a brand?
Yes, I think it's different for you guys because it's both of you. So it becomes a little, what is your actual, I'm trying to look it up right now. What is your actual Facebook business page?
I think it's
Evergreen Profits LLC.
Yeah. Oh.
Because for whatever reason, Evergreen Profits wasn't available, but nobody was using it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so that can I be super honest? Is that what we're here for?
Please. Yes.
Yeah, that's probably part of the problem is what you're going to say.
Tear it apart.
Because we haven't known each other for a long for very long, but like I feel like I super duper would be a major evangelist of what I do know about you guys, and I didn't even remember that you had something called Evergreen Profits.
Yeah, that's this sort of umbrella business, but I think more people know us as the Hustle and Flowchart guys now.
Totally.
Yeah, so that's what I was looking up. Like I would have a Hustle and Flow for you specifically. I would have a Hustle and Flowchart podcast or a Hustle and Flowchart maybe page. But the thing is, like for most people who are like us, who are not necessarily partnered up, I always say include your actual name in it. Like go with your personal brand. Like for your business page right now, it has a picture of a palm tree as the profile picture, which is like not going to direct anyone to actually paying attention to it because they want to see you.
Yeah,
so true.
Yeah, you can see that we built that page probably 7 years ago and haven't touched it a whole lot.
And I'm cringing over here.
I would go as far as even just if you do keep this, like if you want to keep this page, because sometimes it's tricky to change the name, I would add like Matt and Joe - Evergreen Profits.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking with Hustle and Flowchart is like, Matt and, or Hustle and Flowchart with Matt and Joe, or our names. So.
Yeah.
Well,
like
what I do know from an ad perspective is when we run ads, if I run it from the Evergreen Profits profile, our numbers are not as good as if I run ads from the Matt Wolf profile or the Joe Fear profile.
Well, also you have the word profits in your title, which Facebook doesn't like.
Yeah. Okay. Well, point. I think by the time this episode is actually live and people are hearing this, there'll probably be a Hustle and Flowchart fan page on Facebook.
Yay!
See, this is the thing, Molly. So, like, we'll ask selfish questions, and I guarantee it's not free consulting, but we actually are we wrap it as value, but we actually take action. So, and then we share who gave us that idea, and 10 more people hear about it. So
I can't wait. Can I confess something to you right now?
Of course.
My flipping microphone is not plugged in.
You sound fine.
Everything sounded
I don't know.
so
I should
far.
try to plug it in now to like halfway improve my quality. I'm going to try and plug it in and see what happens.
Go for it. Worst case scenario, I can always just edit this part out.
Nah,
okay.
leave it in.
No, I was hoping we'd keep this in. So like, do you hear me tapping on the mic now or no?
No.
Oh, awesome. Okay, perfect. So whatever. I'll just go with this quality. It's okay.
This is the professional, y'all.
I am a prepared performer.
I mean, we would have known. We've definitely had much, much, much worse audio from guests in the past. So.
Okay. Can you? I think I now just changed it.
Oh yes, now I can tell the difference for sure.
Oh, see, look at that.
You have
okay,
volume
well, that is a
and
great
bass
learning lesson.
That was funny.
Okay.
Where were we? Okay, so Facebook page stuff. We're gonna make.
So you want to, and more, we want to have a personal, like an actual human that people can connect with. Even if you look at like, I was gonna say Geico, but that's a lizard. But still, like,
hey, that's what they did. But that's the point, right? It's an avatar. It's someone that people can relate to, a thing at least. Yeah,
and the more it can be. I mean, speaking of Hustle and Flow charts, who's Flo, the progressive girl or whatever, right? They like put a face with it and a human that we can connect with.
True.
So,
yeah, right.
And I mean,
especially when they're already connected to you, like use that.
A lot of the biggest brands, when you look at them, that's what they've done. They've tried to personalize. They've tried to add like something that you can connect with to that brand. We were actually just having this conversation just a couple days ago.
We were, yeah.
Okay, can I say one more thing about your Facebook page?
Just tear us apart. It's fine. Just make this like a hot seat.
Okay. Your Facebook, I'm like going back in time and I can tell you exactly why you don't have any traffic because all you ever post is a link to your podcast, which is driving traffic off of Facebook.
That's true. We're not giving.
There's
Facebook
not one
love.
question that asks for, the one that has the most content is,
Just make us look bad. No, we
picture
already
with a baby.
Public.
Yeah. So it's like personal stuff, right? So if like I would have, you want to ask engaging questions, you want to put stuff that's not like links, you want to do the 80-20 rule with links too. So if you do a link, put it in a messenger bot so that it causes people to engage first and then they get the link. Otherwise, you're just driving traffic off of the platform.
So
I mean, it sounds so obvious after you tell us to do it.
Well, this goes down to the social triangle. Like you said, I love that whole concept. If you keep that in mind, you keep Facebook happy. Obviously, serve your own needs, but know that you're in the Facebook environment, but also definitely serve your viewers, your customers and folks. But just know you're in Facebook's little walled garden. They have control.
So if we were to go create like a brand new Facebook page, the Hustle and Flowchart Facebook page, is there anything like any considerations we should have or anything we should be thinking about as we create a brand new page?
Yeah. So, I mean, with the branding and all of it, I would like in the cover photo, that's your main your juiciest piece of like, what, not landscape, but your like
real estate.
Real estate. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so like in the cover photo, I always suggest that you have a little bit of text that says when your podcast or when your Facebook Live is airing. Like we're live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. and that's right there so that you're consistently driving traffic to that main key point you want them to go to. I would also connect it to your Facebook group, which it looks like you did, which is great. That we used to suggest not to do that, but connecting it to your Facebook group can be a really good thing because you can then connect that Facebook group to your posts as a call to action, which is something a lot of people don't know. I mean, you know, and also just make sure you have you guys in the story, like your profile picture should have your faces and really how you're connecting to your peeps.
Got it. Yeah. No, this is helpful.
Yeah, we're definitely going to make those changes. We'll probably, I think we've only got like 2,000 followers or something, maybe on our Evergreen Profits page. So I think it's okay just like starting from scratch and saying, okay, everybody focus on this page now instead.
And let's be honest, we have like all the tools we need. Like we have amazing connections like you, and we have the ability to do these lives every time we do an episode. Or like we talk about the takeaways, and that could be a Facebook Live, but then you say, hey, you know, here's a new episode. We just had with Molly. And
I think we actually started to do that, 3 years ago or so when we first started this podcast. Is our first like 4 or 5. We were actually broadcasting live to Facebook, but I think we got discouraged because we just weren't seeing anybody show up and watch them live. And we just kind of went, is the effort we're putting in to set up all the video equipment and all of, pipe our audio into Facebook and all of that, is it worth the effort when we're not getting that engagement early on? And so I think we just kind of, I think we got discouraged and gave up too early.
Even if like after the podcast aired, you did a talk back and like what you've put into action since then, or like insights that you've thought of since then as a Facebook Live, and you could drive people to the Facebook Live after the podcast. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
No, that's exactly it.
Yeah. I mean, I think in retrospect, I think the biggest issue was we were hoping that Facebook would just kind of like, if we build it, they will come. Like we put it on Facebook and we'll just get the engagement because people are on Facebook, right? But we were never doing anything to sort of kickstart that engagement. We weren't driving email traffic to Facebook. We weren't, buying traffic to our fan page. We weren't doing anything that was going to sort of kickstart that engagement. We were just thinking, we have a fan page, we have followers, so if we post this, people will see it, right? Yeah. And that's not really how it worked.
No, it hasn't worked that way for a long time, right? And even with Facebook Live, like it used to work that way. You could go live and that would instantly happen, but it doesn't at all anymore.
Yeah.
But lucky for you were like strategic bosses. So if you just think about,
that's right.
Like it'll be an easy switch.
Well, yeah, and I think you're right. So hopefully that was valuable to everyone listening as well. I think. Well,
let's talk about Facebook Lives then, and sort of transition into that. I'm not even quite sure where to start because our Facebook Lives have always just been very off the cuff. I'll be with Joe and we'll be like, hey, do you want to fire up a Facebook Live and just randomly go do this? And there's never any sort of planning behind it. We would just kind of go live and talk about random shit that nobody cared about and then turn it off. So let's talk about actually methodically going Facebook Live.
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing, which I don't know if you guys have struggled with because you seem pretty confident in your ability to talk and get on camera and things. But the biggest thing for a lot of people is the confidence piece.
Yeah.
And so how do you bring your actual true self to the camera is one piece I have a little strategy I can share. And then from there, it's really how do you come up with the content that creates connections that leads to conversions. So it's like the 4 C's.
Yeah.
Dive into that?
Yes, I would love to dive into that.
So do you know what the Quesadilla of Awesome is?
I bet we're going to find out, but it sounds amazing.
I'm very hungry already.
Perfect, because I will tell you also that I did I was on Scott Carson's podcast recently, and they just put show notes out, and it said case idea. Like,
oh God.
So, because it transcribed it, which I thought was really funny. So, Quesadilla.
Right, Scott, you're gonna get a little. You're gonna get a quesadilla. And,
I messaged him. I was like, "This is the funniest thing I've ever seen." But so, just to be clear, a quesadilla is 2 pieces of tortilla with cheese in the middle. We eat them all the time here in California. Except I'm going plant-based this month, so I'm having vegan quesadillas. But yeah. So the Quesadilla of Awesome is basically, it's an exercise that I'll walk you through on how to really tap into your unique sense of awesome. And the name comes from the fact that everyone has something that makes them uniquely awesome, even if it's just that you make an amazing quesadilla. So I can't see you, but can you take your hands and hold them as if you're holding a giant, like with your fingertips together, as if you're holding a giant hollow ball in the air?
Yes.
Okay. Inside, and if you're listening to this, obviously, if you're listening, you're here. So while you're listening to this,
If you're driving, please don't do this.
oh, thank you. Don't do it if you're driving. Good point. But imagine that you're doing this. And so you're going to hold this ball, and inside this ball, you're going to put everything that is amazing about your business, all the transformation, the benefits that you provide, all of the goodness that you share inside that ball. You got it in there?
My ball's still empty.
I need it.
No, I'm just kidding.
I need a few more hours. It's going to take a while.
Yeah.
It is.
Got a lot
Fill
of
it up
stuff.
real quick.
I'm just kidding. Keep
Okay,
going.
now you're going to take it and you're going to throw it up into the air. Whoosh. And now all of the awesome of your business is floating above us like Mikey TV and Willy Wonka.
Yep.
And what are you left with?
Awesomeness everywhere.
And
You. You're left with you.
Oh yeah, I'm awesome.
Michael Stelzer was like, salsa. I don't know.
cheese on my face.
I was hungry. It didn't go in my stomach.
So you're left with you, which is the place where most people then get freaked out, whether it's about coming on a podcast, on a Facebook Live, a networking event, a sales conversation. This is building a business is the best form of self-help, like self-actualization.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It's true.
So you're going to make a list of 20 things that make you a uniquely awesome human being. And this is especially good for you guys because you're both in it together. So to make your own list, then you'll have 20 or 40 things in your quesadilla of awesome. So
Dude,
when it comes to making this list, people usually get stuck. So I have an acronym on what to put in this list. It's the word SAVE. It is spelled with 5 letters, not 4, because I can't spell and I want to make sure everyone knows I can't spell so they don't freak out about it later. It's SAAVE. So real quick, the key points are your skill sets, the things that you're naturally gifted at, that you've always been gifted at. Your appearance, because if you don't like the way that you look and then you go do a Facebook Live and you're staring back at your own face, you're going to become a weirdo. Mm-hmm. So you've got to start to love the way that you look. So things you love about your appearance. Your activities that you love. So knitting, crocheting, hiking, cooking, whatever it is. The V is for your values. And the more that you celebrate your values, the more clearly you'll attract those people who celebrate those values. And the final one, the E is for things you like to eat.
About time the quesadilla wrapped up with something. I like it.
I have a trick actually that is going to blow your mind that I would love you both to do right now.
Okay.
If it's possible. Okay, can you take out your phones or whatever's near you and go to your personal Facebook account?
Yes.
Let me see. Do I still have Facebook installed on my phone?
Oh, don't be like that, Matt. You're not that good. You're not that self-disciplined.
I did actually delete it for a little while on Perry Marshall's advice, but that lasted a couple months.
Sorry, Perry.
Okay.
Okay, so on your personal page, you're going to post this 5 words, which are Brussels sprouts, yes or no.
Okay. Both of us are posting it separately?
Yeah, you're both going to, and then it'll be funny because people who know you will know that you're both with me because it's what I make people do. So it's okay. So post Brussels sprouts, yes or no. And I am telling you.
Do I put punctuation in there?
A question mark. Or you can do a comma if you want, whatever. Colon, Brussels sprouts, colon, yes or no, however you want to do it. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, and just post it.
Done.
And what's going to happen is your Facebook account is going to blow up of human beings commenting because people either love them or they absolutely hate them. And so what you do from there is that kickstarts the algorithm on your personal page. From there, you can go start connecting with people, having actual human conversations. Then let's say after you've had these human conversations, you post something about how your newest podcast is up and you're going to share it. Would you like access to it? The people that you've then been building the relationships with will be more likely to see your business stuff.
I dig it.
I like that.
It's like a little engagement booster. You can
Yes.
Well, anybody listening to this episode, we're actually recording it. We don't normally, unveil this, but we're actually recording it on January 23rd. So if you want to look back through our Facebook profiles to January 23rd, you can see how it resulted.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to keep it open.
Oh, you did it in green. I just did it in plain.
I did it in green, so I'm going to get extra attention.
Extra attention. So then from here, you have this quesadilla of awesome, this recipe of the things that make you amazing as a human. And before you go live, you tap into that and you see how you can incorporate little bits of your quesadilla of awesome into your value packed videos, whether they're about business or, however you're solving problems for your ideal clients. So from there, the next step is to solve problems for your ideal clients. And we always do bullet pointed content for this type of a video because it keeps them listening, waiting for the next, bullet point.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to make sure that you have a conversion. I love the way you do your podcast where you, at the beginning, you say, this is how you get the notes. It's exactly what we do with our videos.
Ooh,
So
nice. Good.
at the very
just
top.
winging that.
Well, it works.
Thank you. Awesome.
Yeah, because I don't actually care if people watch my whole video if they end up opting in. So we do a comment bot with it. So it's like, oh, and if you want the notes from today's show, exactly like you do your podcast. If you want the notes from today's show, give me the word notes. I'll send it to you via Messenger.
Oh.
And then that sends them a bot, which then drives them to the Facebook group to get the notes, which are actually a blog post that we post on our website also.
That's totally fine. And that is, I love that strategy.
Very cool.
Okay. Really, really quick. So the second thing, just to kind of recap what you just said here, because I think this is super powerful and it's very easy for everyone to do. And I know Matt and I even struggle with this, like the save thing, the 20 things that we love about ourselves, or the things that like we just love chatting about or doing. We're usually like a blank. We're like, oh, what are we going to talk about now? Yeah, we're good at talking, but it's like to get the wheels spinning. I think this is an amazing exercise.
Yeah. My favorite is that I'm not sarcastic at all.
Not at all. Never.
Which is perfect.
Right. So you got the save, and then the bullet points. So those bullet points, do you also, what you're mentioning those on the actual the live, but also the post as well, like in the
so
form?
in the post leading to it, we have a pretty we don't mention the bullet points until the actual video. So in your post that you're driving traffic, like where you're announcing it. So we have this APR method, which is announce and then pretend if no one shows up, pretend that they're there and then repurpose it after the fact. So we turn all of our videos into like 15 pieces of content, which is pretty awesome.
Yes.
Saves loads of time. So, so with the announcement piece, that's where you let everybody know that it's happening. And so in the post where we announce it, we say, are you experiencing this problem? Have you ever noticed this issue? Well, we actually have a solution for you. Would you like to join us for a free training? Just let us know below this post and we'll send you access via Messenger.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do that, we're not telling them that it's a Facebook Live. We're telling them they have to access this training that's coming up. It ends up that it actually is on Facebook Live, and we've pre-scheduled the Facebook Live with B.Live. Do you guys use B.Live?
We've played with it in the past. Yeah. We, obviously we don't do a lot on Facebook.
That's true. So the pre-scheduling it with B.Live has been so amazing because you can drive the traffic to the video before it even happens. And that's where you're able to work around that Facebook ads thing where you're not allowed to do an ad with a pre-scheduled Facebook Live. Right. You just drive the traffic to it first.
Ooh, that's powerful. Okay. Yeah. So it's almost like a scheduled webinar in a way, but on Facebook.
Yeah, totally. And then we just send them the link on Facebook.
Got it. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Pretty dope.
So B.Live, we'll link that up too because we've used it, but I don't think we were using it for that purpose. Like we were just
I don't remember. I think, because B.Live is one that you can actually do like split screen interviews and stuff too,
That's
right?
it.
Yeah, so you can add frames, you can add, lower thirds, you can add your logo, you can even add GIFs and videos now too, which is pretty dope.
Right.
So it's gotten a lot better since we've been using it.
Yeah.
Cool.
For sure.
Let's use that again, Matt. Just mental note when we start doing our recaps, our twice a week lives.
Now, don't you do some videos for B.Live, right?
Yeah, so I'm actually on the team there. I host a show for them. They sponsor my show every week. So we do it on I used to do it on their page for maybe even 2 years. I did a video on their Facebook page, but now we moved it to my Facebook page and they're the sponsor of it. And then I'm on their marketing team too. So any questions you have about it, I am like super, I am one with B.Live, like I am one with Manychat.
Nice.
Love it. Now with the Facebook Lives, after you've gone live and the things, out there, how long do you continue to promote past lives? That sounds really weird. Past lives, past Facebook Lives. How long do you promote past Facebook Lives after you've already recorded them?
So we have some that are years old that we still have in a sequence of some sort, or we'll even have like $1 a day ad going to them. We really have a system and this is what we use for our clients too, where we do like a $50 ad spend a week just to kind of, drive the traffic to that video every week. And 20, sometimes, typically it's like $25 to the pre-post, the pre-graphic that announces it, and then $25 to the actual video. So it's not very much. And obviously, as I shared, sometimes I don't do it at all, like this week.
Yeah.
That's just
right.
like a consistent thing where we're to really kind of kickstart that algorithm. And then in addition to that, there's some that we have, like I was sharing with you earlier. If you go to molly.live, it takes you to an old Facebook Live video. If you go to thepreparedperformer.com/10K, it'll take you to a video about how we brought in $10,000, like how to bring in an extra $10,000 into your week. And like, so when I have those videos that are like really valuable, I will create a pretty link for it so that I can then reference it at any time. If people have a problem or if they're looking for a specific solution, I can then send it out.
Nice. So it's almost like any sort of like frequently asked questions or anything like that. You've kind of built out almost like a database inside of your Facebook page where you could you've got the answers on hand ready in video form.
Yeah, exactly. Like 100%. So all your FAQs, I would have a video for, and then also the objections that people have to working with you. To create a video for that too. And so if someone's about to get on a sales call, like, oh, I thought of this, I had this video, which I thought you may enjoy, they can watch that video, and it's a Facebook Live. So then there's comments, and then they're in your retargeting because you now have them pixeled, kind of whatever. So
sure.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that we talked about with, our mutual friend, Kurt Molly, was his the middle of funnel concept where you have all of these videos on Facebook and you just run $1 a day to all of them to anybody who's been on your webpage, engaged on your Facebook page recently, pretty much you just create this giant net of anybody who's interacted with you or your business within the last, 14 or 30 days. And for $1 a day, you just kind of show them all of your videos and they're just kind of seeing different videos every single day. Yep. Have you experimented with anything like that with some of your Facebook Lives?
Yeah, especially, and you know what, I like, now that we're talking about it, every time I talk to Kurt, I'm like, God, I just need to set that up consistently. But like cobbler shoes, but that's something we definitely do like right before a launch. We'll like turn it all back on. I should just keep them going. But we have a couple that we keep all the time. And we have a very specific, like warm middle of funnel audience that we have going there. So yeah, I love it. His stuff is so awesome and it works so well with what we're doing. Yeah. He and I once got ditched by all of our friends at a bar because we were talking about this and it was like so excited. I don't know if you know Claire Winslow, but she left me and I was like staying with her in Austin and I was like, Claire's gone. Where did she go? But it's because I was so focused on this basic stuff with Kurt.
Yeah. We have Kurt stories too. Last time we were in Austin, we went and got bird scooters and went and rode to like a barbecue place. And I think ended up hanging out until like
very late.
2 a.m. talking Facebook ad stuff with Kurt. So
it's very easy to get lost in time.
I know. It's awesome.
But I do want to. Did you have something else along?
I was just gonna kind of wrap it up as saying like this is almost like what we were talking about with serving Facebook a little bit. That whole social triangle thing. Is that what you call it? Yeah. And then even like what you're probably going to talk about with Rich a little bit. Sheffrin is like just basically making sure you're always feeding Facebook enough.
Yep.
Like just keep them happy. And I think that's insane with ads. Now you're keeping them happy with that. Keep them happy on the personal, page front or the profile front with Brussels sprout posts. I
haven't checked on it yet.
I haven't either. I'm going to wait until we.
I have checked on both of yours already, actually, and I will give you an update at the end.
Okay, cool. You could do that. All right, Matt, go on. You're going to have something new.
I was actually.
If not,
I wanted to talk about Facebook bots and stuff. My voice just cracked. I wanted to talk about Facebook bots before
14 again.
Yeah, before we run out of time. But I think there was something else around the Facebook Live that I wanted to ask before I forgot. But I forgot it.
But one other thing that I would love to share about the Facebook Lives is that we use Hanny Mora's amazing tools, Repurpose and Simple Social Press, which I don't know if you're using either of those, but.
Repurpose we are, but not Simple Social Press.
No, I haven't heard of that one. We love Repurpose, yeah.
Okay, it is so amazing. So do you have a WordPress website?
Yes.
Okay, it automatically takes your Facebook Lives and turns them into a blog post, and all of the comments from your blog post become comments on, all of the comments on your Facebook Live become comments on your blog post.
Holy moly.
Oh, that's interesting.
Talk about a content hack.
Yeah.
It is so good. So what we do is at the end of my videos, I do a speedy recap. So at the very end, I'm like, okay, it's time for the speedy recap. And then I clap so that my editor can find that spot. We actually don't just edit it on Repurpose. We actually download it and mix it or master the sound because sometimes I unplug my microphone as we experienced. Right?
Yeah.
And then we crop it into this little speedy recap, which becomes like a 5-minute version of the whole podcast. So the whole video. So I do a bullet pointed, the bullet pointed tips. Even if I'm with a guest, I do bullet pointed tips. And then we transcribe just the speedy recap. And then that becomes the text for the blog post. So when the blog post is first automatically created, it just takes your description and embeds the video, automatically puts call to action buttons, and then all of the comments from your videos go there too.
Wow.
I love that.
That's gnarly. All right.
It's
yeah,
so
we're gonna
good.
get that.
Yeah, because right now with this podcast, it actually gets repurposed into a short, like 10-minute podcast called Hustle and Flow Shorts.
Mhm.
But
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, but that stays obviously in the podcasting realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is perfect because we're using the work that we'll do to build up our new fan page, Hustle and Flowchart.
Hello.
And then it kind of turns into more content online that can be SEO rich and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then with repurpose, you can even automatically do a snippet that is formatted for IGTV.
Ooh, even cooler. Damn. this is
It's
getting
crazy.
better. All right.
Yeah.
We're on it.
yeah, I think the more we could sort of automate this stuff and make it very systematic, the more likely we are to continue doing it. And I think that's where we've always fallen apart in the past is we try to do so much of this stuff manually and we just don't keep up with it because it was such a manual process, but systems are what keeps things going.
You know,
Yeah. And then
oh, go ahead, Molly.
I was just gonna say, when you get the systems and you streamline that piece, then you can have the time to go talk to people, which is the thing you can't automate. So
Should we transition to that talk really quick? Because I know it was a topic you wanted to cover, and it's something that we do.
Yeah, and it's relevant to the bots and stuff too.
Super
so.
relevant.
yeah,
So it's like a balance between automations and personalization, being human.
Yeah, so that's the thing really is a lot of people know that I'm obsessed with automation and bots, but it's like it does not replace actual human contact. So
Sure.
the bots are really there as a way to drive more human connections. It's a way to, get the communication started en masse. And then for you to show up on a Facebook Live, it's actually you as a human, right? And then you have comments on stuff when you start driving traffic to your profiles, both personal and business. You have comments and stuff. So then either you or because people get really overwhelmed by how that can be crazy. So I saw Shailene Johnson speak last week, and she's so big on this about the human connection stuff.
Yeah.
And she shared a tip, which I've known and I've had the tools to do it, but I haven't really been implementing as much. And I've started finally doing this again. It's just using a text expander. So if there's FAQs that you get, put them into a text expander so that you can quickly reply as a human to people.
Super smart. Yeah, we both use that tool as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But probably should fill it out more so with FAQs and obviously equip anyone on our support staff to do the same thing as well.
Exactly. She had somebody asks about a pair of shoes that she has often, and she had a 4-paragraph answer about where she got the shoes and why she loves them so much because they're comfortable, because they blah, 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 blah. It was a full thing. And imagine the person on the other side of that getting that message back from Shailene Johnson. She took the time to actually send me this message, which you are taking the time as a human. There is that energy infused in it, but you're streamlining the system behind it.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I love that. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Because one of the things we do in our business, probably Joe's way better at than I am, is responding to people by making quick videos for them. Because I know for Joe specifically, one of the things that he was running into was he was typing out these long, drawn out messages where he found he could sort of convey the same message in a 30-second video. So he'd make a quick 30-second video and send it as responses to people asking questions. And everybody's like, holy shit, you made that video just for me?
No, it's really cool. And I'll use Loom for that, Loom.
Yeah,
and,
I love you.
BombBomb's cool too. But I like Loom just because it's fast. You can just screen record and oh my God, that's for selling affiliate products, for our own stuff, just being cool. People love it. Yeah, it's that personalization. People don't expect it.
Right. And so many people are looking to put funnels together, which I love. And the more you can show up as a human, most people are afraid to do it. And so if you can push through that fear and actually reach out to people individually to make offers, reach out to people individually to, invite them to your Facebook Live, whatever, it's going to make a huge difference.
For sure. Well, let's talk about the strategy that we kind of opened the loop on earlier in this episode. That was actually how Joe and I originally discovered you, which was a concept around getting engagement on a Facebook page and then bringing them over to a bot. You want to kind of break that down real quick, and that's kind of a good starting point for bots. And
yeah,
and then we'll probably have fire hosed people with enough information for after that.
I know. I feel like I've been talking so fast, which I already talk fast, but like when I went through this stuff for Facebook Lives, that is definitely the fastest I have ever explained that because I was trying to get as much in for this as possible.
I think we have good energy here.
Yeah.
We just vibe off each other pretty well.
It's awesome. Yeah. So one thing before we go into this strategy to highlight, because a lot of people are freaked out right now, is that the rules have changed for messenger bots.
Mhm.
So you used to be able to send out a broadcast. There was a rule about a 24+1 broadcast, which means within 24 hours, you can send them anything you want, like promotional, whatever, if they've interacted within 24 hours.
Mhm.
Outside of that 24 hours, you're allowed to send one follow-up message that's promotional. When that was the rule, there were all kinds of little sneaky ways around. Like, for example, my sister, who is an amazing Instagram expert, love Mary Pendleton, she sent out a message that was like, hey, what day is it? And then the answers that they could click on the buttons were Friday or Black Friday or just a normal Friday. And when they clicked on that, they interacted with the bot, and then she sent them her Black Friday special, which I thought was kind of funny, even though like obviously, that's what she was doing. But really, we can't do that anymore.
Got it.
That's gone away. And the good news is there are 4 types of messages we are allowed to send. There's like a purchase update, there's different things like that you're allowed to send. And one of those 4 types of messages is the confirmed event reminder. So that means...
But how many can you send?
Well, exactly. So there are 2 ways to look at this. One is they have to actually confirm that they want to be updated about a specific event. So if you did a post that said, hey, you did a picture of the 3 of us, I hope we took that at New Media Summit. I don't know.
Did, but there might have been more than just the 3 of us.
We're going to dig it up.
Okay. I feel like I was like, we need to take a picture together to use for promotional purposes.
I think you're right. We'll find it.
Okay. So a post picture of the 3 of us, and you do a post that's like, is your Facebook page dead? No worries. We've got you. We have Molly Mahoney coming on as a guest. Do you want to be notified when the episode's live? Let us know below. They comment below that post, and then you have a messenger bot reply to them. They click to confirm they want a notification about this exact episode, right? That is like the super safe way to do it. The kind of safe way to do it is when they say yes, you send a message that says, awesome, do you want to be notified about all of our free content that comes out?
Yeah.
They say yes, and now you've tagged them as wanting podcast reminders.
Which, Matt, didn't we try that
We
once?
were doing that for probably a good year, where we sent out a broadcast saying, hey, do you want to get notifications when a new podcast episode goes live? Got them to say yes, and we tagged all the yeses, and we'd send a broadcast every time a new episode went live. The problem that we were having with it was just kind of like an email list where over time, the interaction just kind of slowly diminished, and then it got to a point where we were sending out these broadcasts to I think it only ever went out to like maybe 300 people, but it was going out and we were getting like 10 people to click on it, so the engagement just kind of dropped month over month.
And so that's where you'd want to like mix it up a little bit, or we just did a big clean of our list, actually, did a thing like, we're going to unsubscribe you from this if you don't confirm that you want it again. So we just did a big clean out, which I think is good to do on both on email and bot. But if if you have them, once they confirm, yes, they want to go to the podcast, you want to make sure that's a button that opens up another piece of the conversation so that you're then engaging them in other conversation within that first 24 hours.
Gotcha. Okay.
To keep it kind of exciting and different. So it doesn't become just like almost the boy who cried wolf, like, oh, there they are again, telling me about their podcast. You don't want it to become just...
Yeah.
Is one of the broadcast options still, I think it was called community announcement, because I think that was the one that we used to use. Yeah, community alert.
But that's like a safety broadcast. That's not like the same thing.
And I think that's actually what we were using when we were sending out the broadcasts around the new episodes was community alerts.
It's like an Amber Alert sending out twice a week.
Everybody, warning, this is really scary.
Jesus.
We just interviewed Molly. Check it out.
Stop everything.
No.
Duck and cover. Listen
Everybody
to this episode.
get under your desks.
So funny. So when you do this, though, it can be really for, like, we use this strategy for the Facebook Lives, but you could do it for a podcast that every single week you do a post that's like, this is the problem we're solving. Let us know below if you want to be notified. That's increasing the engagement on your page. It's letting them get re-engaged inside the bot because they know there's something, awesome coming. And then you have another growth tool on your video. So another comment messenger bot on your video where they get the show notes, the masterclass. And then the new secret thing that is like so good is actually a strategy that my friend Kelly Noble Mirabella came up with, which is the unlock and share button.
Have not heard of this.
It is. Kelly made it up and it's so awesome. So when they're in your bot, after they get the show notes or whatever it is that you're giving, you send another message right, like maybe a minute later that says, hey, we actually have a bonus free gift that we'd love to give you, and we'll give it to you if you share this video. So do you want to, if you want to access to it, just click here to unlock the gift and share the video. And there's a little bit of code that Kelly figured out where when they click, you put that little bit of code in front of your link for your video, and it'll actually automatically pull up a page that has them primed to share your stuff.
So it's just super simple for them to spread the message. And
oh my gosh, we tried it for the first time just this week, like yesterday, and we had, I'd say, at least 5 times the shares on our video.
Damn. Wait, and so that's not built into Manychat completely, though, is it?
No, that's just a button you would create inside of Manychat.
Got it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah,
right,
so it's
with
not
that
like
code.
It's not like a Facebook call to action button or anything.
Got it.
Yeah.
No, it's Kelly made up the way. Kelly like researched the way to find that code because they've actually removed the share. There used to be a share button inside Messenger, and they removed it, which is kind of a bummer. But she figured out a hack, and it is awesome.
Nice. So does the actual tactic of posting a Facebook post and then asking for type whatever, some keyword in the comments box and then starting a conversation that way, does that technique still work really well?
It does, but there's 2 things you want to be careful of because Facebook has said they don't want us to use engagement bait. So they are demoting our post reach if we use the word share, if we use the word like, if we use the word comment.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean that, like, I've had people say, like, I heard you say share on your video. How did your video not get deleted? Like, it's not like you're going to Facebook jail from it. It's just, I look at it like points. So when you feed Facebook, you get positive points. When you say these things, like you post links on Facebook, you get negative points. So you gotta make sure you're making up for it with positive points if you want your reach to still go up.
Yeah.
Got it. So it's kind of like a bank balance. You don't want to overdraft. You always want to stay in the positive. But you have some points that you could use from time to time.
It's a social triangle, man.
Social triangle. I like it so much. So there's a trick for that though. So what you do is you become a creative entrepreneur, like I know that you are, and you invent your own words. So we don't say share on our videos. We say sprinkle. So if you have people in your community that you know would benefit from this, sprinkle it amongst them.
Blow it up.
Is that why people on like YouTube and stuff say smash the like button instead of like click the like button?
Yeah.
That makes so much sense now.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We say a fireworks show. Like, give me a fireworks show. I want to see all the emojis flying across the screen. Nice. We don't say comment below with a specific word. We say, give me the word whatever below the video.
So they're actually listening on the audio for those keywords.
That just happened last year. Yeah.
Damn, I did not know that.
Everyone's listening. Everyone's reading now. All the robots.
I have a Facebook portal here. And the other day I was on a coaching call and I said, that is so funny. And the portal said, funny in a good way, I hope.
Oh, God.
That's gotta get creepy.
Like, what just happened?
We won't even open up that rabbit hole.
Oh my gosh. I think we opened up that rabbit hole in our Mike Koenig's episode. So
Jesus. Yeah, it's top of mind.
Oh my gosh, obviously. I actually have the biggest pile of gratitude for him, and I don't think he knows who I am.
Wait, why do you have gratitude? I mean, because I can always tell him I'm pretty good buddies with him.
Tell him because it's a really funny story, actually. So I created a program called Go Live and Profit and did not realize he had something called Go Live and Profit. And even though everything of his is and profit, I just didn't think about it. And I was, I have lots of things trademarked and I was going to trademark it and I realized that he already had it. And I was like, and I had like a graphic created. I'd kind of launched it. I had a Facebook group. It was the startings of our higher level coaching program. And so for like 3 days, I was super bummed, like, Go Live and Profit was so awesome. What am I going to call it? And I came up with Go Live and Monetize. And I was kind of like, yeah. So in my internal system stuff, I had GLAP for Go Live and Profit everywhere, which is GLAP, which is like not very cute.
No.
So I'm writing the acronym for Go Live and Monetize. And I was like, GLA This is glam is so much better than glap.
Way better. GLAP.
So now everything in my branding is about the glam fam and like go glam and all this stuff. And it never would have happened if I had gone with Go Live and Profit. So I'm always super grateful to him.
How cool is that? We'll take this little clip and I'll share it with him.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he's awesome
Mike is
anyway,
way
but-
better at glapping than you are. So
Mike, hopefully,
whatever
you
that
agree.
means.
He would agree. He would agree. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool story. No, that's really nice.
And it's also like a sign that when something bad happens like that, like know that it's for a reason and there's going to be something more magical that comes out of it.
Always. And not to, your first idea is probably not your best, but glapping, I don't know. Maybe it'll catch on. But all right, let's wrap this up. We've already taken too much of your time, and we'll see each other, in
3 weeks-ish?
3 weeks
Yeah,
in
oh my
Florida. So that'll be
gosh.
interesting. We won't say anything more about that. We'll,
There's a secret happening.
I think this episode will actually be released after it's already happened.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do a recap. Maybe we'll do a Facebook Live together or something.
Oh, that would be perfect. And I would love to have you on my show
Yes.
also. Hint, hint, which would be great.
Tell us how to do it, and we'll be there.
I
We
will
would
do it.
love to. We're publicly declaring it on our podcast.
All right, Molly. To wrap it up, well, first of all, how the heck can people go find out more about your stuff? Of course, in the show notes, we're going to link that one post, the new one that you're going to do.
Yeah.
But
And I'll put
tell us-
together some other goodies for you. Like I've got a really awesome video content planner that helps you just get started. There's a PDF and a spreadsheet version of it for both minds.
Good.
And if you go to molly.live/flow, you can get access to it.
Nice. Molly.live/flow.
Yes.
Sweet.
Like the lady from, not Geico, Progressive. Wait,
Progressive,
no.
exactly.
Yeah, Progressive.
Molly, are you a reader by chance?
I am an audiobook reader.
That counts. What are you reading right now?
I actually just started to read one of my absolute favorite books again for maybe the third time, which is The Big Leap.
Oh, I've read that once, but I should read it twice. And you read that,
I feel
believe.
like I have it, but I don't know if I've actually read it.
It's so good.
Wait, give us
I'm
like
looking on my
the
bookshelf right now because I'm pretty sure I bought it and never read it.
So what are sell Matt on this book really quick.
Okay, so it's really all about, as you grow as a human, as a business owner, how to make sure that you are presenting yourself in a way to actually let the success happen, because we do so many things to self-sabotage.
Yeah.
And it's a complete reframe of the way we approach success, which is why I've started to read it again as we've hit awesome goals, how to make sure that I'm open to new levels of success and not tripping myself up. Like the concept of Einstein time is one of my favorite things from the book, which is a way to look at time without always feeling like you don't have enough of it. He has a really cool concept about time that I love.
Oh, very cool.
I like that. Yeah, it's a lot of mental, from what I can remember, it's been years and years. But yeah, it's like these mental blockages we make for ourselves, and it just allows you to just see much bigger how you have much more potential than what you think you have.
Yeah.
And it's about...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. It's about centering in on your zone of genius, which is the main thing he talks about. And we create these upper limit problems that keep us at the level that we're at rather than allowing us to break through to the next level.
Very cool.
That's what it was called. Upper limit problems. Yeah. It's coming back.
Yeah, no, I've got 7 credits on Audible right now, so
Get Scribe, bro. It's on there too.
well, I'm gonna just but if I cancel my Audible account, I'll lose all 7 credits. So I gotta use them
I'm
on
the same way,
something.
man.
That's true.
And I always have extra credits in there. The other one by the same author, Gay Hendricks, that I love is The 5 Wishes, which is about, it's a true story about how he met somebody at an event that he didn't really want to go to. And he was like, I don't know. I don't really like small talk. And the guy said, okay, well, we can do small talk. We can do small talk, or we can do big talk. Which one do you want?
Mhm.
That's
And he
cool.
said, big talk. And then it's about the talk that they have. And it's pretty awesome. So,
Nice.
Yeah. I want to figure out how to do big talk with everybody because I don't like small talk.
I know.
I feel like we did big talk this time for an hour, over an hour. It was great. Thank you for sharing those books. That's great. So we'll link all that up as well. Let's wrap this thing up. So make sure everyone goes to molly.live/flow, because why not? Go there.
Because you're going to
It's
get
good.
cool shit. That's why.
Of course. Molly, thank you very much. That's
Thank
super
you.
cool. Have a good one.
Super awesome. Bye.
See you.
Hey. Thank you for listening to that episode. This is Joe Fear. I'm sure you probably already knew that. And Matt is not here right now, but I'm pretty sure he enjoyed the episode just as much as you and I did, because, he went into the production of kind of making that thing right along with me. So thank you very much. And I want to give a quick shout out to our buddies over at Easy Webinar. These guys have been supporting us for a long time. And Casey Zeman is just a super good guy all around. He's actually been on the show before. He's the founder of Easy Webinar. So if you look up Casey Zeman on any podcast platform you're listening to, go check him out. Go check out his backstory, what he's all about. You can learn a lot about webinars as well. And right now, Easy Webinar, these guys are actually hooking you up with a great trial. It's a completely free trial to test out their software, soup to nuts, check it all out and see if it's a good fit for you. If you go to easywebinar.com/hustle, that's HUSTLE, if you didn't know how to spell hustle, there you go. So if you go to easywebinar.com/hustle, you can go grab a free trial. And Easy Webinar literally lives up to its name. It's super simple. Super easy. And it does all the stuff that you're looking for in any kind of thing with webinars. They literally cover every single type of webinar you possibly can do. So from live to automated to scheduled at specific times and all these crazy features in between. Can't even list them all out. I'll be here way too long. They give you a ton of advanced analytics, what's working, what's not during your webinar. Based off all these actions, you'll see who attended, how long they stayed, if they clicked the offer or if they didn't. Basically, you're going to make more money and you're going to work less with this thing, and you're going to create better relationships with the folks that are listening, because it's a good experience. You want to give that good experience along with some great content, of course, and a killer offer if that's what you got for them. So go try it out yourself. Go check out easywebinar.com/hustle. That's easywebinar.com/hustle. Alrighty. So that is the end of this episode. Thank you so much for listening to this episode, enjoying it. Hopefully you did. I'm pretty sure you did if you lasted this long. And go check out Easy Webinar when you get the chance, and we will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to this episode of the Hustle and Flowchart podcast. Before taking the time to listen, we want to give you something a little bit special. Every single episode that we do, we actually have somebody on our team take notes. We basically have a Cliff's Notes version of every episode where you can go and find all of the tips and tactics that they laid out, all of the resources that they laid out, all the good stuff from this episode. We actually have a nice simple notes version that you can find on our website. So go to evergreenprofits.com, find this episode that you just listened to, and give us your email address and we'll send you the notes.